Hey Pisces, this is your June 2021 read. So let's hop right into it. I do want to let you guys know that if you're looking for that deeper connection to yourself, I have two powerful meditations, two transformative meditations that are going to help you get to know yourself so much more and so much deeper, just that deep connection to yourself. So if you want those, look in the comments down below or head to the link in the bio. You're going to get a meditation to meet your spirit guide, as well as a meditation to connect to your soul. So if you're looking for that, go to the comments. But let's hop right into it, shall we? Okay, so Pisces, what you've got going on, release the dark wound, let love live. So this is that pivotal moment of acknowledgement that you've done a good job on your healing journey. You've done a good job on your, piecing yourself back together. You've done a lot of like the shadow work, the inner child work, the age regression. Everyone calls it by a slightly different name, but it's that part of your journey when you're kind of standing on your own. You're not as reliant and dependent on your parents anymore. So you get to kind of explore, why do I act this way? Why do I think this way? Why do I act this way? And you can, trace it back to, oh, my mom always said this when I was younger. My dad always said X, Y, Z. And then you can kind of rewrite those experiences, or you can rewrite those decisions you made in life to create a new decision for yourself. Because that's all it is it's thoughts create your belief system. Your belief system is what creates your reality, manifestation. If you don't like what you have in your reality, you have to rework your belief systems, and you do that by examining the thoughts that you're thinking. So you've done a lot of that, Pisces. Good job, good work. What can happen is law of attraction, you get momentum built up. So now that you want more, now that you want new in your life, because we're always expanding human beings, we always want more, right? Once we get our first house, well, then we'll want the money to decorate it. Once we have it fully decorated how we want it, well, then we'll want to build out, the back deck, the patio. Or, maybe you'll want to buy a bigger house, or maybe you'll now want to buy another house for a rental property, right? We're always going to be wanting more. That's the point of life. Expansion. So you have built up momentum in thinking that getting what you want is going to come from healing something from your past, healing a block. What's the block that I have? What's the thought that I have? What's the inner child that I have that's holding me back from what I want? When that's not what your healing journey is about anymore. You've done enough of that. Release the dark wound. Your childhood, your dark wound doesn't have to define you anymore. There still might be remnants of it, slight elements of it that need to be healed and brought to life. But what you need to really recognize is that it's about developing the new skill, right? Because what happens when you're younger and you do have a traumatic, event happen, like let's say, I don't want to get too scary in it, but let's just say there's an alcoholic father, and you tried to speak up for yourself when you were younger, and dad hit you. You made a decision in that split moment. Let's say the decision was to, oh, I'm not going to speak up to dad. Now later in life that you're trying to, manifest the love of your life, and you want the partner to be a man, you have that fear to work through, right? So the work previously has been going back to that memory, healing that inner child, reparenting it so that you can get a different result now. Okay? But what happens when you have that unhelpful belief system being built in, and that parent who's not fully there for you? Not only do you have that unhelpful belief system being put in, you also parallel, in tandem, aren't learning the skills that you need to be learning to be in a healthy relationship, right? For example, let's say that example happened when you were 2. When you're 2, that's when you're really learning your self-sense of me. You're learning what it's called the self-concepts: me, you, we, they. You got to know me before you can get to know a you. You got to be able to know you before you can form a we. And a they is where you don't take responsibility for people who aren't your responsibility. If you never learn the they, you're a people pleaser, you're a go-giver, you're treating people who you just met as if they're close family. You don't learn the self-concept of me. You become an empath. You become a codependent. So there's all of these skill sets that you just missed out on when you were younger. So it's time to quit looking, not quit, maybe 90% pull back on looking for the inner child that needs healing for what you want. And it's time to start putting your focus on, well, what's the skill that I need to develop so that I can have a healthy relationship? Okay. So then now that we've got that covered, your next card is beyond the mind, the heart beats. So this one is where, you're essentially in your head, and we need to get you in your body. We need to get you in your emotions, right? Because you know your thoughts create your belief system, create your reality, it is so easy to try to get wound up and caught up in, well, what's my thought holding me back? What's my thought holding me back? Or, well, that wasn't a nice thing that he said. That's all thoughts. That's all in your heads. How can you feel it in your body? Wow, when he said you talk too much, where did you feel that in your body? Did you feel like a slap to the face? Did you feel like a punch to the gut? Was your feeling immediately like, wow, that poor guy, if that's something that mean, he must be really tired, right? If you're at that stage of your journey where you can have that reaction, you're well along your way. But it's kind of time to start spending the time to get to know to sink in and ground into your body. And get out of your head, get out of your thoughts, get over analyzing every thought in your head. And one way to do that is, it's a simple practice. I'm going to give you guys simple practices to do this. Is when you wake up in the morning, just take 3 deep breaths in and out. And then ask yourself, how do I feel? Just let the first 3 words come up. If you get a little less, that's okay. If you don't get those, just keep doing it. And in time, you'll get your first 3 words. Don't judge them if they're scary words like I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I'm scared. It's getting you into the practice of tapping into your emotions so that you can be a little bit more into how do you feel. That's what's going to keep you away from like dating a narcissist again, or like dating another toxic person, because when you're out on that date and they say something, if you're in your body, you're going to be like, oh, that doesn't feel good. And you'll say it, right? Because we're no longer, oh, I have the block. My dad said this, I can't speak anymore. We're past that. Now I'm developing a self-concept of me. I'm tapped into my body. So now it's ouch, that hurt. That was a little mean. Where'd that come from? Another way would be like, ouch, that didn't feel good. Or are you sleeping enough? Are you a little grumpy? Or have I done something to offend you? Or if you don't want to see compassion for the other person, it would at least look like, that didn't feel good. That's when you're going to be in the moment. And that's when you're going to be able to build an authentic connection with someone else. And it's also when you're going to be able to recognize like, hey, actually, like, that date didn't feel good. And then you know not to go on it again. Instead of living in your head of like, oh, well, was I not having fun because of my block from my past? Or maybe I was in my head when he really said the thing and I missed it, right? We need to get you out of that and into, wow, that feels really good to hear that. Or when they're maybe sharing their successes, it could be, wow, that's really cool. Or wow, that's impressive. Wow, you accomplished that. I feel impressed. That's when you're connecting, not in your head if like someone's, hey, this is what I can bring to the table, and you're like, oh my, am I worthy of that? Oh, is he going to see me as being worthy of that? Is he, right? Do you see that switch you got to make? Okay, and so the last card you guys got, number 12, every journey starts with a single step. So, because a lot of times, I've been a coach for a long time now, a lot of times when people are at this transition of going back into the past, shadow work and healing, and they're transitioning to learning the new skill sets, they can often come to, but I've already done so much work on my self-development. I've already put so much energy and effort there, and now you're telling me like it was wasted. They can easily dip into feeling despair, feeling hopeless. But no, you have momentum built up in personal development. So once you get these new skills, now that you don't have a lot of stuff from your past holding you back, it will be, I'm developing a self-concept of me. And those 2 meditations I mentioned at the beginning, there's 2, the spirit guide one, and there's the one that connects you to your soul. That one will actually really help for people who need to tap into their emotions and how they feel. That soul one, will really help you. And it's free, guys, it's free. It's my gift to you because I love helping people on their personal development journey. That it's just one step, and since you already have so much momentum built up in growth, these steps are going to be easier. It's just going to be like, oh, is that how I turn that light switch on? Okay, let me practice it. Okay, that's a skill that will continue developing. What's the next light switch I have to turn on? So it's, don't dip into despair, essentially. Just go, oh, this stage of my life, this was the awesome personal and spiritual growth practice that I had. Now that I'm here, now I've got some new tools that I can learn from my growth. So you're just learning your next set of spiritual toolkits to put into your arsenal. And I gave you the 3 breathwork one. If you download that meditation, that'll be another good one for you guys for this one. For those of you who are still a little in your head, if you want to, because if you guys know me, I'm grounded in psychology, elevated by spirituality. The field of psychology that deals with this is essentially childhood development. So you can just Google childhood development and see the different skills you're learning at different ages. Your spirit guide's going to guide you. If you'd like help with that, you can of course reach out to me. That's what I do. I mentor people, I guide people. I'm a spiritual coach, so I can obviously help with that too if you want live interaction with a coach. But if you just Google childhood development, that will your inner being and your team will guide you to the book you need, or me if you're supposed to work with me. But that's kind of the new area that you're going on. You're not doing the attachment wound healing anymore. You're not doing healing generational karma stuff anymore. You're doing childhood development. So I hope that helps you guys. Give me some comments below. Let me know epiphanies you had. Let me know additional questions you might have, because I love making extra videos to help you guys further. And don't forget, if you do want my 2 meditations to help you connect to your spirit guide, your spirit team, as well as connect to your soul for my Law of Attraction Abraham Hicks followers, it connects you to your inner being. Just make sure to check out the comments below and get yourself your meditations. But I love you guys. Give me a thumbs up. Give me subscribe if you liked it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.